Alright, it's time to do a little bit of an update, a video update of what I've been doing with this 1989 Airstream, Squarestream. So we'll start at the outside. As you know, I did a full shell-off restore, and may be the only one that has done a shell-off restore on a Squarestream. So anyways, what we did was we had to redo the chassis and replace all these things here. So that was all sandblasted and repainted. So here it is here. Roof was painted white. You can't really see too much of it, but it was painted in London, Ontario by a guy who paints aircrafts, and they used a product called Jet Glow. So in the front here we have horizontal tanks. Now I haven't quite made up my mind yet, but I think I'm going to cap that off and go with vertical tanks. And the reason being, this cover here is starting to crack in a bunch of places, and they are not replaceable. I mean, I could repair it, but I think at some point it's just going to either blow away or just fall to pieces. And I can show you what I'm going to do on the inside. So what I've been doing mostly in the last year and a half is the interior. So here we go, it's the interior. And I'll start at the front, I guess. So that's the last wall I need to complete. That's all aluminum there, 50-52. I just haven't taken the protective coating off of it yet. So there's the inside where the horizontal tanks come. So that's actually a whole sealed area there, and I'm going to, I think I'm pretty positive that I'm just going to remove that and then cap that off. That wooden piece there behind the couch doesn't really fit that great, so I think I'll probably rebuild a whole new one. So what we had there originally was a gaucho. That's been tossed. And so what we're going to go with is a big L-shaped couch. I have yet to build that yet. So that's going to go all the way around here like this. And right about here was an actual TV stand, which is kind of obsolete nowadays. We all have flat screen TVs. So I eliminated that. So we're going to have a big L-shaped couch here. And then the dinette is going to go here, and what I've done there is the flat screen TV will go up there, and it's going to be inset into this wall here so that the person sitting at the dinette here doesn't have a TV in their back. And cabinets go up above here. So this is what I've done. We'll have to look down the middle here. Ceiling, that's all aluminum, 50-52 in the corners. Birch wood down the middle. All the cabinets were stripped and stained using gel stain. This stuff right here. Not really focusing that great, but worked out pretty good. Not the most perfect thing, but it's just a trailer. New countertop. And then what I did here was those were brass cabinet handles. And what I did was I stripped them, and this might not show up that great either. Just that. Let's see if I can do this. It doesn't work very well. But what I did was I painted the etching says Airstream, and what I did was I painted that blue and then put clear coat over top. I'm really happy with the way that came out. New countertop. All the walls are birch. And what's behind the birch is this stuff here from Lowe's, and that's a 1/4 inch underlayment. Unfortunately, I can only get that in the US, can't get it up here in Canada. And it comes in a 50-foot long piece that's all accordion folded. And all I need is a piece to do that wall. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to have to buy a whole whack of it. I had leftover aluminum from the ceilings, and I used that here as a backsplash. And I also used it in the bathroom. We'll have a look at the bathroom. Bathroom's kind of just storage right now. So, there's aluminum there. And in the shower, we went with FRP walls, which is fiberglass reinforced plastic. I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do with this dingy old shower base. It is cracked in a few spots. I did have one corner plastic welded. It could possibly be painted, but I don't particularly want to spend $475 US at Colin Hyde to get a new one. In here we have a new water heater, which is electric and gas. Originally it was just gas. I have yet to mount that permanent yet. And over here is the closet with a new furnace. I have yet to mount that yet. That's where my fridge goes. I'm going to use the original fridge. Just spiff up the outside a little bit. I'm going to use the original stove because it still works. That's going to go in there. I redid all the plumbing with PEX. Ran some extra wires here and there that aren't really hooked up yet. I think I'm going to have to go for a bigger 50 amp inverter, only because I'm starting to run out of breaker space for the extra wires for the water heater and such. In the back, we went with twin beds. So the reason for that was, well, my wife and I have been married for over 35 years. We don't need to be sleeping in the same bed anymore. She's still working. I'm retired. So if I'm using this trailer down in Arizona with my mountain biking buddies, I don't have to snuggle up close with them. And it does give us a little more storage. Plus it gives us a space to get changed in without having to whack your head on the cupboards. And it gives me a space to put 2 bicycles, which this is the way I'm going to transport my bikes inside. That piece there is the end cap for the front. That goes up top at the front. And this is the rear bedroom, the way it's finished. So all the trim's been put in with stainless steel screws. Yeah, I can't think of any drawbacks for the twin bed except for the fact that I wouldn't be able to give my wife a nudge when she starts snoring. Air conditioner still works. May have to paint that dingy yellow thing white, or I think I might just replace the whole thing with a newer unit. It's kind of loud, but it works. It makes it very cold in here. And the flooring is going to be vinyl plank flooring. The brand is called Torley's. That should be coming in next week, and I'll be putting that down next week. And what I've done here on the floors, that white paint is actually bilge coat. Not cheap, but very waterproof. So I'll finish painting the hallway and everything else, and then the vinyl plank flooring goes in, and it'll be almost ready to use. So the only thing I have to do on the outside is put the corner belly wrap in. I do have to figure out something for that front corner because there was a plastic corner piece that got damaged or wasn't even there, so I'm either going to have to make a new one somehow or whatever, but it's another piece of unobtainable Airstream stuff. Anyways, that's it. 1989 Squarestream. It might be done in a few months, ready for camping. That's the latest update. I'll show you some more when we get the flooring and everything else done.